La carte blanche de Tao. On écoute le billet d'humeur de Taoufik.
Exceptionnellement, ce billet est en anglais. Toutes mes excuses aux auditeurs francophones. Vu le sujet du jour, c'est sorti comme ça. Vous pourrez avoir des sous-titres en français sur YouTube et Instagram. America, 230,000 coronavirus deaths. In the richest country to ever exist. Over 1 million deaths worldwide. May they all rest in peace. And all those who will die this winter and after that. Because you elected a guy who was too insecure, or too corrupt, or too stupid to keep scientists around in his white supremacist house. In 2017, our fate was sealed. Not just yours, ours. You're a worldwide empire. When you shake, nations fall. People die. What were you thinking? What are you thinking? You still think? Is it a coincidence that this is happening? That this pandemic took a turn for the worst just when you decided to elect a reckless liar who you thought told it like it is? Just because he was loud, insulting, abusive, you thought his legendary good luck would rub off on you? Well, no. You sat at home in 2016, slightly bemused. You were stunned when it happened. Hillary lost. It was her destiny, you thought. It had to come true. As manifest as your nation's. And, if the worst happened, it would just be a sticky-fingered man from a rich family, instead of a cupid woman from a rich family. What difference could it really make? Look at you now. You didn't want boring. You didn't want regular. You wanted something new. Bernie was supposed to be it, even though he's been around the political scene since before most of you were born. You threw a fit, stayed home, got played by foreign state disinformation and interference. Russian, Emirati, Israeli, you name it, you fell for it. They got you to stay home when you should have barred the way and stood up. Now, because you stayed home in 2016, you're forced to stay home for the foreseeable future, or go out and face the super-spreading crazies. Good luck. I'm so mad. I wish your country had no influence on any other country, because the decisions you make, or the decisions you let your plutocrats make on your behalf, have more impact than anything I could ever have a vote on. For me, for my family, for my job, for my country. Look at you now. You didn't want boring. You didn't want regular. You wanted pie in the sky. You wanted to make your country great again. Like when? What way do you have to twist your brain to believe things were better before? You are now preparing for war within your walls. Things that nobody had to even contemplate sincerely since 1863. Or insincerely since McCarthyism. Boarding up shops, state houses, the White House, putting up so-called unscalable fences days ahead of an election. How are you even going to get out of this one? Even with a Biden landslide? Who's to tell whether Trump would leave peacefully? Who's to tell whether your neighbor would shoot you over that Kamala yard sign? Who's there to help you? The guy who thought the death of Jamal Khashoggi was a joke? His son-in-law? Who wouldn't even reveal the content of his WhatsApp chats with the person responsible? The administration who intensified drone activity worldwide and made you believe that's not really war? The nation who saw kids getting slaughtered in their own classrooms, many of them on multiple separate occasions, and decided each time they'd rather keep the possibility of unspeakable violence on their side, just in case? Everybody's bracing. I'd love to go sleep and wake up on January 21st, because what's about to happen is sure to be ugly. I hope it doesn't come to physical violence, but even without that, there's always going to be huge amounts of damage. Civic, legal, institutional. Your Supreme Court is broken for decades, and it might in turn break your elections for quite a while. America, we've seen you get out of the deepest holes before, but nothing like this. Not when you're fighting yourself. No adversary of yours is this strong. This time, I don't know what you're going to do. Seriously, what were you thinking?